Yes, this is Denise Newton Fitzpatrick. I am back, the fighter for civil rights and advocate for the mentally ill and also the homeless in regards to legal housing discrimination. I, as well, as many know, as a fighter for human rights. This video is a little different than what I have been making. I have been making videos, of course, in regards to the illegal housing discrimination, other things in relation to that. But right now, I am making a special video in tribute and in honor of Breonna Taylor, the African American woman who was killed viciously in evil ways, maliciously, in barbaric and inhumane ways by those who robbed her of her precious life. A life that only the true God can give, a life that they had no right to deprive her of. But as of March, I believe it was of this year, 2020, they took into their hands to take the life of another African American. I want to say this right now to say that they may have gotten away with this so far in regards to imperfect man's ways, but they will not get away with it in regards to God's ways. Because he said, vengeance is mine, I shall repay. Therefore, we know that the evil ways of these people is going to come back upon them. You see, imperfect man can give revenge and they can give time in prison and all of that. But they cannot give revenge the way the true God can. Because when you're doing something wrong, you can't get away with it. That what they're doing is bringing a curse upon themselves. And even though they may feel that they beat another case and they walked free from another wrongdoing toward a person of color, even though they feel that they can get away with wrong, the true God sees it all. He knows what's wrong and what's right. You didn't get away with nothing. Because when you're doing wrong, it's going to come back on you, whatever it is. So you may feel that these ones have gotten away with the wrongs that they have done to another person of color again. They may feel that they have once again beat the system. But as a fighter for civil rights and for human rights, and I am proud today to say that I am, I know that the wrongs of these ones who took the life of Breonna Taylor will have to answer to the Supreme God. Because no one has the right to strip another of their life. And these videos that I make aren't just being made just to be being made. They are going to be a part of a nationwide exposure. Because we too stand up for human rights. I want to say this to those who are supporters of and are part of the cry for justice for Breonna Taylor. We are having some events. We would like to invite you to attend some events on our Facebook page as we stand up and show our support as our all that we have as we stand up for justice. And as many know, we stand up for justice. We stand up for fair housing. We stand up for fair treatment because we're not dogs, we're human. We stand up for what is due us and for others that have sense enough to want that type of help unless they consider themselves an animal. And again, we also stand up for fair treatment and we stand against police brutality. So I want to say this to all of those ones who are killers and murderers. That's what you are. If you took the life of somebody, you're a murderer. Who are you? Who are you? Who are you? I have many people that are emailing me now about the work that I do as an advocate and a fighter for human and civil rights. And many of them are saying things like, Mrs. Patrick, what do you think about the way Breonna was treated? And no one, white or black, has contacted me and said they like the way she was done. They're standing up for justice. How then can anything get done if we don't stand up for fair treatment? We do that, and we're proud to do that. Because when we do that, we're doing that based on the laws, their laws. And again, we're not wimps and we're not floor mats. We're kind if you let us be that way. We're kind if you don't let us be that way. But we do not uphold wrongdoings. We'll get silent before we do that. We are inviting people to join our new organization that we have found. It's called Pro 319. And it talks about injustices and unfair treatment. Because just like housing discrimination is a civil rights violation, and human rights and many other violations, so is police brutality. Because civil rights is a broad category. We are against injustices. Because the U.S. Constitution, which doesn't seem like it's mattering these days to many, who was it written for? But it says equal justice, equality, fair treatment of the laws. Join us as we stand up and as we speak out to defend the rights of others, of Breonna Taylor, of George Floyd, of Aubrey, and the list goes on and on and on. We're going to be having some events here in Durham. As I am collaborating and some are collaborating with me. It will be in the media. There will be press release as we show collectively our voice for Black people, or brown people, you call it, and then all people. We are anti-housing discrimination, whether you like it or not. We are anti-police brutality. And we are anti the violations of human rights and civil rights. If you are not against those things, then we're going to say to you, but we are fighters, and we are going to show our support and are showing our support and our cry for justice for Breonna Taylor and her family. Because the human rights laws, universal, national, international, what have you, local, state, federal, those laws say that no person should be deprived of their human right to live. We don't even agree with cruel and unusual punishment, as in the execution, what are they doing now, the gas chambers, what have you. That's cruel and unusual punishment. But we're going to stand up, we're going to speak out, We're going to defend the legal rights. We're going to stand against human rights violations. We're going to stand against civil rights violations. And we do not give a good kitty cat who don't like it. Because these are our rights. And we're human too. Denise Fitzpatrick, fighter for civil rights, fighter for human rights, anti-housing discrimination, anti-police brutality, anti-racism. Have a good day. Goodbye now. I get so